Now here's an invertebrate which, on the evidence that I've seen this morning, is going to have a hell of a year in 2023. This is the heather path in Sherwood Forest Country Park. It's an area which has been opened up to a degree over the last few years in an effort to encourage the heather to grow. But there's not only heather found along here, there's an old clump, a well-established clump of gorse. And on this gorse are numbers of small webs currently of this gorse mite. If I point out where webs are at the moment, we've got one there, 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 and there, and in there, another one there, and more at the back. This is going to be quite a problem. It doesn't seem to do gorse any long-term damage, but it will have an incredible appearance or effect, and a lot of the public will notice it and no doubt ask a number of questions to the staff that work here. I can't remember seeing it here before, but as I mentioned, it does seem to be turning up at a number of sites. Nick and Samantha Brownlee recently found it on Calverton Pit Top. I've had it just off Bellamy Road in Mansfield on some waste ground there, and I think Tim Sexton first had it on an old colliery site at Rufford near the village of Renneth. It's going to be quite an interesting development, this, but this might be one of those species that's worth recording. I don't know how many gorse mites there are. I think this is probably the only one that there is. And it would be worth sending in your records to your local record centre, because from memory there are only just barely a handful of records nationally on the NBN Atlas. And to be honest, that needs rectifying, because this species is obviously far more common than what we believe. And here's just one of the many webs of this gorse mite, Tetranychus lintearius. I'm presuming that's the species, and that there is only the one species of mite that causes these kind of webs on gorse. You may well see similar webs on lime. I've seen lime trees, or the trunks of lime trees, absolutely covered with this type of web, and the web extending right up to near the top of the trees. Now you can see that the mites are active, and that a number of mites are visible just here, look, and at this point here. There are more at the back there. See on that where I'm moving my finger? Those orangey red things are tiny mites. Quite amazing that within a couple of months, if I return back to this patch of gorse, the whole of the gorse bush will be covered in this webbing. Quite remarkable. So here's another species to look out for. They're obviously becoming active now. Bright reddish orange, tiny mites, but it's the webbing that you'll notice first. And I think this is going to be one of those things that people actually notice as they walk past. It'll be interesting to see just how common this mite is around the county, and certainly around the UK. So that's the gorse mite, Tetranychus lintearius, or words to that effect.